if you know you're a Hebrew Israelite. If you ain't coming in the doctrine, in the name Yahweh Shai, you know, we ain't with you. You're an enemy, and that all the brothers know that. You can't. The scriptures say you can't. If you hold hand in hand, if hand be joined hand in hand, if hand be joined together, the wicked or the unrighteous still shall be punished. And you might even be destroyed just for holding on to a wicked person, trying to justify him. If he ain't walking with the Spirit and with the brotherhood, he's an enemy. But going back to the whole point, you know, this place is wicked, man. This place is evil. America is evil. It's a cesspool of faggots, lesbians. It's like a pool of snakes, spiders, and other filthy, creatures, man. Creepy things that crawl on the floor. That's how I look at you two-third ass Negro and Latinos. Y'all are a bunch of fucking snakes. Even Yahweh Shai, even John the Baptist too, he said that y'all were like snakes, man. You Pharisees and scribes. Coming off crafty. Slick, just like a snake does. Not even real, not even true. And that's how you Northern Kingdom, man. Y'all are a bunch of snakes. Full of shit. Y'all ain't true about nothing.
I thought about the scripture, but I can't find it. But it says that he that is not with me is against me. The Most High, in the Talmud, he's saying the Most High, he knows your heart. You can maybe fool. Well, it's very hard to fool one of us, first of all. But you may be able to fool one of us for a while. But the Most High, he's gonna always make things known.
He's gonna reveal it. I mean, with the 2/3, it's obvious. You can find that out quick. But if a brother's in the truth, you know, and the brother's going off, the Spirit's gonna reveal it. The Spirit's gonna reveal that brother where he's going off. This is Matthew 12:30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Right. And like that's, I'm trying to get that scripture out because, like we were talking about earlier about like I was talking about earlier on the lesson today about you 2/3 Negro Latinos, how the way y'all act, y'all put that image on us. Y'all people who scatter. The Most High, he's not a person to scatter. Like it said in John, he's the one who gathers the sheep. So if you're not with the Most High, or you're not with this doctrine, you're an enemy, like you were saying. You're just and like you said, you can't. Like it said in Corinthians, you cannot, or no, it doesn't say that, but you can't, or in Revelations, you can't be cold or lukewarm. If you want to be I'd much about Allah said it on a video a long time ago. He goes, if you're gonna do betrayal, be a devil. Just don't do it halfway. Go all the way out with it because you're still gonna be destroyed. You know, be one thing on the other, man. Don't be coming in this truth and try to snare or sneak your way in, and just do it for a fad or something. You know?
But the Spirit will always reveal it.
Always.
This is 2 John, verse 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahweh Shai Mashiach has come in the flesh. And that world is talking about you nation of Israel, you Israelites. Y'all are many deceivers. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God. He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ, and he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house.
Right.
Neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds.
Right, and like I said in the scripture you brought out earlier in was it Romans? I believe it said, without the Spirit of Christ, you were none of His. It's saying right there, it just repeated it. If you don't come in this doctrine, you don't do what you're supposed to do. The Most High is going to destroy you. You want to be against the Most High, all right? You're going to be dealt with as one who scatters. Like I said, all these sins, all these types of sin. Like I said about pride is the beginning of sin, but pride leads to more things, and that one sin is like pride. All sin is sin.
The scriptures say a little leaven leavens the whole lump. That leaven represents sin, wickedness, and it could defile your whole body, man, your whole mind, and to, like the scriptures say in Romans 2, reprobate mind. You're gonna be fulfilling all these lusts, hurtful works, like it said in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. This is Proverbs 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men, 2/3, understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things.
Right. So, like I said about the other example where sin, or it's like rebellion. How do you know? Sin is like a rebellion. Same thing right here, man. If you don't follow the law, you're a wicked person. Like you just said, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. You're wicked if you don't follow the law. Period. If you don't follow one commandment, you're wicked. There's no way around it.
Can't be, and the whole thing, what it's going into, is that you can't be accepting the 2/3. You can't be friends with, you can't be cool with them like that, because they're coming in another doctrine. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. And that's clear as day. That's a commandment. So all you new brothers that are coming in, man, stick only to the brotherhood. The scriptures say use the world by not abusing it, but stick to the brotherhood. They're the ones that are going to look out for you. A little leaven left the whole lump. And it tells you to stay away from prideful men. The scriptures say stay away from prideful men, angry men. Because it'll start rubbing off on you. You start being like that. You'll stop not caring. You'll stop caring. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? And that word means wicked, or like a base fellow. Like you're nothing. You're without understanding. Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Or what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So the point, that's the whole point. You can't receive these 2/3. They're enemies. To you, all you other brothers that are seasoned, and y'all been in this for how many years? However many years or months, you already know that, and it's a commandment. You got something?
Yeah, this is an example. This is Galatians chapter 2, verse 11. But when Peter would come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed. Before that certain came from James, he didn't eat with the Gentiles. But when they would come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision. And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation.
Yeah, they weren't being sincere. They were being lukewarm this way. When the brothers would come, the Israelites, the Jews would come, but then they would transfigure themselves as a Gentile, as what they were before. Right? Israelite with the Gentile state of mind. Go ahead. And it said Barnabas was also.
But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew, livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews? We who are Jews by nature, and not, it says, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews? We who are Jews by nature and not sinners of the Gentiles. I think I said on that.
All right, but the point is that Peter, he was transfiguring himself. He wasn't being honest and sincerity. He wasn't being true. And that's why there's a lot of brothers in the truth. They're doing the same thing. They're being friends with the world still. They go according to what they feel, what they want. The Most High tells you clear not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers. And if you abide with them, you're basically taking in their doctrine. You're accepting them. Yahushua don't accept them. They're separated from him. The Most High's face is turned against them. You don't even hear their prayers. That's something to think about. And this message is directly to you new brothers that are coming in. But the point, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, when you come into this truth, you gotta separate yourself from your old ways. And you gotta continue with the brotherhood, your new friends. Yahushua, this book, the law. Because the 2/3, they ain't following the law. They ain't reading the scriptures. They ain't staying in the doctrine. They're going in the doctrine of the world, of Aleister Crowley, or whatever dumbass philosophers out there in the world, or whatever book they got a hold of when they're incarcerated. There's a lot of doctrines of devils out here, man, that will swallow you up quick, that will brainwash you quick. That's why Paul even said in 2 Corinthians, I believe, chapter 11, that I'm afraid that you're gonna be taken away by the serpent. And we're like, you're gonna be. Go ahead and get it. 2 Corinthians 11, start at verse 1. Because this thing's simple. You just gotta be taught. It's hard, but you gotta be taught. That's why you got the elders. That they're the ones that brought out the truth by the Spirit of Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, and that now all the fruit that they're bearing.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Would to the Most High you could bear with me a little on my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Right, and that's what we're doing. All the brothers, all the heads of the camps that are speaking to you, you new brothers that are coming in, and even to ourselves, man. Even to the heads. We're steadily edifying each other and growing together. We're learning from each other. We're lifting each other up by seeing that we're still enduring to the in this truth, man. We'll read it again, verse 2.
For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Right, that we may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahushai.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety.
Right, but Paul's afraid. Like the way Eve was deceived by the simplicity or the subtlety of the serpent. He was crafty, and the word subtile means to be caught under the web. Under the web. Go ahead.
It says, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity.
That your mind shall be corrupted from the simplicity of Christ. Simplicity of Christ. Because this is simple. Yahushai, he says, come to me, for my yoke is not heavy. And the scriptures say in 1 John that the law is not grievous. All you gotta do is obey, be obedient, humble yourself. Mortify your flesh. Get right. Know what you want. You want life or death. Simple as that.
It says that so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
That's what we're afraid too. I know all the heads of the camp, they got brothers that they have to look after. That's their flock. We don't want none of the brothers that are coming in to fall out. That's why we make these videos and we come out to the highways and the byways. Even if you don't have a video, you're still letting the light shine. You're still showing that zeal, that courage, the spirit of not having fear. That's still encouragement in itself, because everything, all those brothers, when we come out into the highways and the byways, we're sending all these words, these prophecies out, man, and they're having an effect. Like it said in Isaiah chapter 55, my words, his words shall not go without a void. They're gonna accomplish what it's gonna accomplish. This thing's powerful, man. But Paul said that, you know, he was afraid for y'all, man. He was afraid for the ones that were coming in, you know, least you be deceived and you fall and your mind be changed, translated back over to being like a 2/3, a reprobate. That's why when you come into the truth, you gotta be circumspect. Circumspect means to be 360 degrees. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's being circle. Circle is like a circle, right? So you gotta be circumspect. You're paying attention. You're being vigilant. When you come into the truth, you gotta be that way, man. The scriptures tell you.
This is Joshua chapter 24, verse 14. Now therefore fear the Lord.
Right, that's Joshua speaking. He says, now therefore fear the Lord. Because prior up, it's talking about him, the other gods. That his Abraham's father, Terah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or what was his name? His father's name?
Terah.
Abraham's father was Terah. So, because Terah, he was worshiping the other gods, man. But Yahushua had separated Abraham from his father's house. Because Yahushua had chose Abraham. And Yahushua didn't choose his father. But that's what Joshua was about to get into.
Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
And serve him in sincerity and truth. That's what Peter wasn't doing whenever Paul found him doing that with the Gentiles. And when we read in Galatians.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood.
Terah.
And in Egypt, and serve you the Lord. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell.
Right, so bringing it into this time, in our time, this generation, you're gonna continue to serve America, the so-called white man's philosophies and doctrines, you know, observing these wicked holidays that America puts out, or following these wicked ass churches on the corners of the streets, praying to the Queen of Heaven, to Santa Maria or Santa Guadalupe, or you Latino even pray to that damn demon, Santa Muerte, the Saint Death. What the hell's wrong with y'all people? Y'all bugged out, man. You Latinos are fucking crazy, man. Y'all are wicked, man. You Mexicans, y'all are wicked. You Puerto Ricans, y'all are wicked. Who are you gonna serve? You gonna stay here in America? Or you gonna spiritually separate yourself, hope to be redeemed in the chariots?
But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Right, so it's either one or the other. What are you gonna do? But we know 2/3, y'all already preordained, which